That was awesome. That was f***ing awesome.
Hello and welcome to the pregame show. I'm here. He's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Buff Curry. It's AJ Turner. It is the man who has It's About Bucking Time. The president of I Hate Byron Leftwich Out fan club. It is my man, Buff Curry. Welcome to the show, brother.
What's up? Yes. What's going on, guys? Yes, sir. I'm in the house. It's Monday night, so let's hopefully it's a good Monday night and not Monday night. That's what I call it if the Bucs look bad. So yeah, let's get into it. Guys, this is a psychological win that we need. It's not that if we lose this game, we're out of it, but you don't want to lose this game. And it's not to this team. You can't do it. So for tonight, just be Byron, just be average. I'm not expecting you to be
not just being average.
Just be average. Yes, just be average. Because if you look at the past few games that happened yesterday, man, I'm sitting here like, wow, the Dolphins coach got more balls than Bowles. 49ers coach got more balls than Bowles. And if you watch that Dallas Colts game, the way that they beat that team, that is how the Bucs are supposed to beat bad teams. That is what you do. You put teams like that away, and you don't even give them the momentum. Dallas did what they did. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, the way that they're winning, this is what Tampa should be like.
Relentless, just absolutely fucking relentless until the game is done.
Exactly.
No call given.
Exactly. And I'm glad you said that, no fucks given, because I think with Bowles, and this is why a lot of certain defensive-minded guys are stuck in the past, it's not enough to just sit on it. First of all, don't put your defense out there to always try to finish the job. You have an offense there for a reason. You have Brady at the helm. You have the GOAT. You have Julio, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Cade Otton, who we need to see more tonight. Put teams like this away. This is a bad Saints team. Let's be real. We're both bad teams, but this is a team right now. They really don't have anything to play for except spoiler alert. So right now, you have to destroy them. If Andy Dalton is the quarterback, not Winston. So at least you don't really have to worry about deep shots or him improvising. This is strictly a man who goes by the script. So Bowles, handle your business. Byron, really handle your business, because now the biggest threat is going to be Cam Jordan. That's where you chip block and call it a fucking day and go and throw more. And if you're going to run now, we have to run to the left side because that's not our strongest. Our strongest side is gone.
Yep, absolutely. And talking of that the Saints suck, and let's face it, we're sucking right now. We've got a little video that's been done by a Saints content provider. He sent this in for us, and it's pretty apt right now.
Yeah, I got nothing too. I mean, we suck. We're gonna suck less on Monday than you guys, I guess. No, we're gonna suck less than you guys. Yeah. Go Bucs. At least the Saints fans finally acknowledge me.
Shout out to him. He wasn't lying. It really is right now the way we're playing. We are literally, I hate when we play to the level of our talent, which when you prepare a team to play to the level of who you're playing, you have no business being a coach, or you have no business. Yeah, you just don't, because now you're basically you're dumbing down your players' abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we struggling? Again, you already know what the Saints are going to do. This is their thing when they play defense. Double Mike Evans, rush Brady up the middle, and call it a day, and keep the Bucs offense stagnant and inconsistent. So if I'm Byron, okay, let's not try to always establish a run, especially with the line we have. Let's get the quick short slant passes out now. Let's get a crossing routes going. We need to really utilize our receivers. Scotty Miller better be active this damn game. Cade Otton, I'm telling you, Cade Otton is a gem. The way I see him, he's really good. And like you said, your boy Keith, put him in there to block. I like Keith when he runs when he blocks.
And he can catch too now because he's got himself a tutty.
Exactly. You could use Keith. Oh man, Keith and Otton could be deadly weapons because they're not going to get looked at. You already know the primary people they're going to want to stop is Godwin, Julio, and Chris Godwin. You know these things, and Evans. You know this. So let's just hope Byron again. Just be average. I pray average. We play average on offense. We're beating the shit out of this team.
Absolutely. And with people that we've got there, we've got a gentleman who's at the booth, at the stadium, ready to rock and roll. He's from the Creamsicle Chronicles. He's one of the lead writers for Bucs Report, and he's doing a lot of writing with Sports Talk Florida. Please give a big hand and a welcome to Garrett Ballard, live from Ray J. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. How are y'all doing?
We trying to do well. I'm about to start getting my cocktail ready just in case.
I'm done.
Apologize a little bit if the sound is a bit weird. I'm over in the corner of the press box just trying to find the quietest place. So,
no, that's understandable, man. And we appreciate that you come on and give us your fresh perspective because you're right there. You're on the boat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, man. Like,
let's go.
What is it that you're looking for from the Bucs? Let's not even talk about defense because they're okay. What do you want to see? Like 3 things you want to see from this offense tonight.
Yeah, so I think the first one that I think I'd really want to see is just more consistent play calling. I mean, we've seen Byron Leftwich call a lot of plays. We've had some momentum building, and then it all just switches and stops and goes away. I'd like to see some situational play calling that helps keep the momentum with the Buccaneers. 2, I'd like to see more Cade Otton. I know Cam Braid is inactive today, and I think Cade Otton should have been involved more last week. I think he's a great young tight end, and the Bucs need to use him more. And then 3, again, another Rachaad White game. I know Leonard Fournette is back, but can't be 100%. Rachaad White, I think, is the better back right now, and we need to see him take the majority of snaps.
I agree with you, and especially on the Cade Otton. We were just talking about that before you got on. Cade Otton is a gem. I think he is a lot quicker, and he has really consistent hands. Now, with the Rachaad White and Leonard Fournette, you are correct. Now, this is where I would want Fournette to play unselfish ball. Do you know, Fournette tonight, your duty is chipping. Especially on the right side. If Cam is, wherever Cam is, your duty is to help your fellow linemen.
That's right.
We love Donovan Smith, but we all know he is what he is. He's hot and cold. Wells, they're going to try to overwhelm him. So for Fournette, I want Fournette to be a better chipper so the passing can be more effective. And you're right. I want Rachaad involved more, not just in the running, but also in the passing because he has the speed. So I really hope, like I said, I just want the Bucs offense to be average tonight. That's all.
That's all it needs. That's all it needs.
Yeah.
I'm going to first comment in, and I'm pretty sure this one's just for Garrett right now. The great analyst, he should be on a weekly podcast or something. Well, he is.
Yeah,
he is, and that was his co-host giving his boy a bit of love. The Creamsicle Chronicles. Tell us a little bit about what you do at the Creamsicle Chronicles and what you've been up to lately.
Yeah, so pretty much it's a weekly show every Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. JT Olson and I, who wrote that comment, we do a recap of the game the previous week and then a preview for the game coming up. We talk a lot of Bucs football. We are very candid. We say what we don't like. We say what we like. You're going to find very truthful analysis from us and no sugarcoating anything. So if you want a good podcast that just gets to the point and tells you what's going on, Creamsicle Chronicles podcast.
I love that.
You heard it here. The man himself, Garrett Ballard, he does a podcast and they get down to it. there's a lot of Buccaneers fans right now doing content, and I tell you, it's probably better than the stuff that you're going to watch on TV, because you're going to get unadulterated opinions. And these two guys, they write, they love the game, they're passionate about the game. You're going to get honesty, and there's nothing better than that, in my opinion.
Yes,
Yep.
I really like your take, because what you do I like the fact that you know how to go through the depths and get behind the scenes and break it down, because that's something that we already know. The average sports media world, they like to talk about the surface of things instead of the nuts and bolts like you do. So great take on that. I really
Thank you.
like
Appreciate
that.
it. I really, really appreciate that. It means a lot.
Absolutely.
So we've talked a little bit about this offense, and we all want to see Rashad White take over and have another one of his days. And I think the entire Bucs fan base right now wants to see something a lot more from Cade On. And it's not the fact that he's not performing; it's the fact that he's not given the opportunity.
Yep.
And I always, me and AJ have said in the past, when you have players that have talent that are under the radar, let them explode on the nationals. This is for them. Let them have their moment, because there's not much film on him. So I can guarantee you, no one's looking at him as the threat. You make him the threat. No one's looking at Scotty Miller as the threat. Make these guys the threat. Make Julio Jones more of a threat.
Yeah.
And then once they start panicking about who you're selecting, Tom Brady's always been known for spreading the love.
Yep.
Not one person is the main targeted person, and it's starting to look like they only throw, in my opinion, and I'm going to go with this. I'd like to get your take on this, Derek. It kind of feels like to me that Tom Brady only throws to Mike if he thinks he's going to draw a flag from it, so he throws a ball that looks like it can never be completed, or extremely difficult to complete, and it's going to draw a flag. That's my vibe.
Yeah. I don't know. The offense this year has been very scaled back, I feel like. I mean, I think there's obviously those times when they take the big shots, but you've seen a lot of screens, a lot of checkdowns, and I just feel like it's got to be the right situation to go with that deep ball. So,
And let me ask you this: why aren't the Bucs utilizing the play action more with the weapons that they have? Because I think the misconception is that people think you have to have a strong run, not necessarily. If you have the wide receiving core to make up for that, that's how you can actually set up the run. Because if we continue to do that, that means defenses will back up if they're scared of the receivers, and then that's when you can run it up. So why do you think that Byron is wishy-washy when it comes to really utilizing play actions and not just deep shots, but learning how to be creative with it?
Yeah, that's a great question, and that's one thing that I wish I was able to attend practices during the week for, but I can't. I'm at school up in Gainesville, so I can't make it back all the time. But I wish I had an answer for you. I really do. I mean, people have asked him. I know Scott Reynolds from Pewter Report has, and just pretty much all the Pewter Report guys have asked those tough questions to Byron Leftwich, and he kind of just lets it off. I don't know what the reasoning is. I don't know why it happens, but I wish I did, and I'll try to find some answers for you. But it just to me seems like stubbornness at the top.
So pride. So basically, ego and pride is
yes.
Okay. That was going to be my next question I wanted to ask you. If you had a chance to get a one-on-one for 10 minutes with Byron and Bowles, what would be your big 3 questions you would like to ask them?
Yeah, so I think if I'm looking towards Byron first, the 3 I would ask him is, what is the heart of your offense? Like, what do you identify as the key part that you can get behind and say, if we do this well, we win the game? The second one, I think it's just going to be about Tom Brady. I mean, I think I asked him, obviously Tom is getting up there in age. What are you doing to adapt the offense with his adapting skill set? Obviously, nothing's constant in football. We all know that. So just trying to see how he molds the offense after Brady's play changing. I don't know if y'all can hear that. The cannons are going off here.
Yes.
But I just want to see what he's thinking about how the offense will change with Brady. And then I think the third one is, why not adopt a more analytical mindset with play calling? I mean, you talked about the play action. Another part of that is motion. Don't use a lot of motion. It's statistically correct that teams that use more motion and play action are more successful on offense. So I would just get straight to the point, be like, why don't you do this? What's holding you back from adopting the things that are making modern offenses so good? And then turning to Bowles, I think I would ask him what the differences are between this head coaching stint versus his Jets head coaching stint. Because we had a lot of people say, this is a completely different team, shouldn't really be that many issues. And then last week against the Browns, we saw a lot of issues from the coaching staff come up. So I would kind of get to the bottom of that. Secondly, I would ask about the defense, because as we know, he's a defensive mastermind. The way he utilizes his safeties is second to none. And I would really just want to talk about some of the players he has, how he likes to use them, and where they line up ideally for him. And then third, I would turn it back towards Byron. I would say, obviously, this guy was here when we won a Super Bowl, but so is Bruce Arians. And now that Arians is gone, the offense is struggling much, much more. And there seems to be no real push to change it. I would say, do you see that as an issue with the offense, and are you looking at changing that? See what he says.
Man,
some hard-hitting questions. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think let's everyone go around the room and give their 3 questions. Buff, what would you say to Byron? Because I know you got a lot to say to him, so you're gonna have to minimize it to 2.
I will. I got 2 things. I would go, Byron. What do you think about your players? That is an important question because, again, for me, Evans and these guys are elite. What faith do you have in these guys? Again, as a coach, if you don't believe in your players and you're more scared of the opposing team, you need to get out of here, because at that point, you're just a waste of space. A leader believes in his troops. So my second question is, what are you afraid of? And what I mean by that is, why are you afraid not to call creative plays? Even if it doesn't work, at least, damn it, you tried. I've already talked to you about this, and Garrett, everybody knows the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Slick has said it brilliantly. You're supposed to be having fun with this offense.
Oh, yeah.
Damn it, give me that. Oh, we would be playing Madden. These guys would be laughing because I'm like, everybody's going to try something.
Yeah.
Again, that's what I want to ask him. You want to be a coach in this league. These owners are going to ask you, what is your, like you said, where's your heart at? And if you don't have an idea, they're going to be like, we'll keep your resume on file for 30 days. Yeah. So that's it. And then Bowles, you have Brady. What are you doing? And then on defense, when are you going to utilize your team better? Like you said with the safeties, but what about the linebackers? When are you going to switch them around and confuse the hell out of the defense? Can you imagine an offensive coordinator having to adjust to Devin White on the edge? Levante David do a fake blitz and then back out because he has the good vision. That's all we need. So those are my things for the coaches. Quick. There you go.
Okay. I want to know why we don't attack the width of the field and we only attack the length of the field. Now, the reason for this, I ask this because when you attack the length of the field, it's limitless until you reach the end. You get into the red zone, because then space is starting to get smaller and smaller and smaller. That's the whole point of it. A vertical offense is always going to have a lot of space to begin with, and that's why it becomes harder in the red zone. Then you need to use the width of the field. I'm telling you right now, you take where the numbers are on each side and chop that off. But nobody needs to defend that because we don't attack it. And I want to see why isn't Askin utilizing the width of the field as well as the length of the field? Because when we're in short yardage situations, using the width is better than using the length. When we're in the red zone, using the width over the length is always going to be beneficial because you grab out of space. You're at the 1. You got to get a ball. You got to get a ball in. Or at the 5, you got to get a ball in. You got 15 yards of real estate in front of you. Realistically, maybe a bit more, depending on how big your in-goal area is. Now your space is tiny. Guess what? Most drops are for a zone defense. You start and work to 10. I mean, every blade of grass is really covered unless you can exploit something. And if you're only going down the field and not attacking the width of the field, it's much easier to defend because you've just got to gain depth. As a defender, you've just got to gain depth and stay with them. The teams that succeed are the teams that know how to use the width when they need to use the width and the length when they need to use the length. My other question, I've only got two, is does it frustrate you, Coach, that there are teams with less talent, more efficient than you? You have a one-time quarterback who isn't playing the worst football of his career. He isn't. He's just struggling in the red zone. He can get down. He is not turning the ball over. We've always been told never turn the ball over. Well, Tom Brady's not turning the ball over. And you're still not winning. You have you have running backs emerging. You have youth in this team as well. Does it frustrate you? You see like some teams out there that are great record against a tough division. Look, the Giants. Frustrating thing to know. You got Tom Brady. You got Mike Evans. I don't even know who they have. I only know their quarterback because quarterbacks are usually big names. Yes, that's it. And then one or two pieces on their running back. That's it. With us, you can reel off almost what most football fans can reel off our starting skilled players.
Right.
That's what I would say. To Coach Bowles, why do you back off on teams on third and long? And it's not third and long, third and a bus ride. It's 3rd and 8. It's 3rd and 7. And you get your players to back off. You have very good man coverage guys. It's much harder for them to defend when they are stagnant and not moving because they will bite on the first move. Double moves on the offense will beat man coverage because they are stood still, reading. If you think you're going deep, you're going to bail hard into coverage because you've got to get that speed going because they're in full sprint. So you need to get to full sprint. By the time you realize that they broke in or they broke out, guess what? You're now having to change your direction and come down. It's a first situations.
Yeah.
That's it from me, really.
Yeah, those are good ones. Y'all both had good questions, all of you. So I wish I could ask them. I wish I could.
Hey, if you get a chance, ask some of these. Keep these written down. This is some gold here. Get this out. Give us the vibe in the room right now of you've been to some of the pressers, you've been involved in the kind of makeup of what's going on. Tell us what the feeling is like, the sense of the atmosphere, so to speak.
Yeah, so the last game I was at and was in the locker room for was the Ravens Thursday night game, which was a tough loss. That was the worst our losing streak had gotten. So it was pretty somber in there, but got a couple wins and then another tough loss against the Browns on last week. So they're probably determined. I'd say they're not happy with their performance, but I'd say they're determined to change it around and figure out what's going on.
Oh, that's good. So I want to ask you that. Yeah. You don't have to give names, but how many players you feel on offense have that, damn it, this needs to change mentality, like, or I'm about to say something and we need to make it happen?
Yeah. I mean, looking at it, you could probably guess the names. I mean, there's a certain wide receiver that comes to mind that has been here since 2014. There's a certain quarterback that comes to mind that is the greatest ever. I mean, those are the two stars of this offense. Obviously, they're the ones that are most outspoken. Obviously, Donovan Smith has not been happy. But the wide receiver and the quarterback are the ones leading the charge for sure. We have a lot of quiet leaders in there who lead by example on the field. And then we got the guys that are a bit more outspoken. And the ones that are outspoken are the ones you could guess. So.
Gotcha. I wanted to ask you this. Is there fans down there that have ever been like talking directly at the players? When the coaches on the sideline, like, what the hell are you doing, coach? What have you ever seen their reaction to the coaches? Let me ask you that. Have they ever reacted?
I haven't seen anything. I guarantee you there are fans down there yelling at the players and the coaches, but I don't think they're focused on that at all. It's in the game. They're focused on the game and what's going on the field. So it's tough to tell from the press box up in the up high up here, but I'm sure that's happening, and there's probably little to no reaction.
Yeah, I can't be down there because and I say this because one, I might get somebody fired because I can see me saying Brady do this play, Evans do this play, and Brady might one day go, you know what, that might not be a bad idea. And if I see that I called that play and they make it, I'm gonna be like, Glazers, I need a job. Like I said, just start me off at $10,000. I don't mind. I just want to get out there. All right. I want to ask you this. Now we all have hope Of course, hope is a dangerous thing, but give me your reality analysis of this game. Like, give me a certain stats that you see that can happen and the total outcome.
Yeah, well, obviously, I think if the Bucs want to win this game, they're going to have more efficient offense. The way they're going right now, I don't really have any trust in that offense to score many points, and that needs to change if they want to win games. I think there's a lot of people in the Bucs fan base that are saying it's a Super Bowl or bust year. I mean, we're going to go for it all. I think we have to shift our mentality to week by week. We need to win the first playoff game first, because that's not a gimme, or that's going to be a tough game for the Buccaneers. They're matched up against the Cowboys right now, who I know we beat in week 1, but they're a better team now. They're all back. They're looking good. There needs to be a different mindset among the Bucs fans of this team is not the best. The South is masking their deficiencies because of the bad position. And, there needs to be serious improvement, or else it's going to be a done team.
Okay, I hear you on that, and I honestly, like you said, I'm not confident in Byron, and I won't be ever until he literally has to show me something way out of the extraordinary, where it's like, oh damn, you're doing this, and you're actually listening, and you're taking advantage of weaknesses. I agree with you at that point. I think, and the funny thing is, the football gods are literally giving things to the Bucs. Garoppolo is out for the season. It's like we have the NFC is still wide open, because again, this is why the only thing of grace that I'm giving Bowles is for the fact that the defense is solid. That defense is one of the most solid units in the NFC. The only other defense I would say that is better on paper is the 49ers. I'm not convinced with the Cowboys yet. They have weaknesses. It's just a good quarterback can exploit them. I think right now we're just being misperceived because their offense is clicking, but at the same time, the Bucs. One thing you can say about Bowles, he does know how to beat down an offense, and he knows how to confuse them and figure things out. His issue is that he just don't know how to keep his foot on the gas, like Slick says. It's like on 3rd and 8, you ain't got to have your corners 8-9 yards out. But you are right. We need to take it. And honestly, not just one game, one quarter at a time. That's how bad we've gotten. One quarter at a time, guys. If I'm the offense, you at least try to get 7 points a quarter. Can you imagine that? Just 7 points a quarter. It's not too much to ask for this team.
Yep, you're right.
I'll level with you on that one and say, even if we only got we only scored in 3 quarters, we would probably have 3 more wins.
Oh, amen. Oh, absolutely.
That's how sad it is. If this Buccaneers offense could average 21 points, we would have 3 more wins on the table, and that completely changes the profile of this football team.
Yes. Yep. Look, you're right with the number 3. All we needed was 3 extra points against the Browns, and that's game. Even the touchdown that Njoku had, it would have been irrelevant because we would have won by 3. You mean to tell me you have no way to get points? So again, just my whole thing again, just be average. Damn it, average tonight. Be average. With the defense will take care of business, but I do want the defense to get more turnovers, and that means I want to see more man and jamming. The reason why, because I'm not sold on Joe Tyree, especially in the run. He's awful, and he it's like one moment he progresses and then the next he regresses. So we're gonna have to play more physical, because right now we're not good at the finesse. We get finessed. Yep. Again, we want this defense. I think Bowles' mentality is bend but don't break, but now he needs the break. He needs to play a break defense.
Come on.
Yeah, keep your defense fresh, because the thing is, like you said, 4 of our games, what kill us is the defense get tired. They get gassed, they get winded.
They got gassed in that overtime.
Yep. So that is something that I would say, Bowles, try to get your guys off the field quicker. That's all I would say about that. And Byron, you already know what I'm gonna say. Just get the damn offense going.
Yeah.
Just to reiterate before we let you go, the Buccaneers, if we were to average 21 points, would have beaten the Green Bay Packers. They would have beaten the Pittsburgh Steelers. They would have drew and gone into overtime, and I think we know how that would go with the Carolina Panthers. and they would, and we would have beaten the Cleveland Browns.
Yep.
In regulation. It's 3 wins. 3 wins changes the dynamic massively. We only have 3 losses. So, guys, that's the kind of stuff that we need to do. We need to change those kind of things. And I said, we don't have to be astoundingly great. We just have to be good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all to play for. But, Garrett, I know you're at the moment, you're at the stadium and you've got to get going and do your thing. So, everyone, this is Garrett Ballard. Tell us a little bit more where we can catch you, what you're doing.
Yeah. So as we stated earlier, I am the co-host of the Creamsicle Chronicles podcast. You can find that wherever you get your podcasts or watch us live at Creamsicle Crew on Twitter every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Other than that, you can follow me on Twitter at NFL Ballard, and you can find my work on Sports Talk Florida. So as always, I appreciate y'all letting me on and to talk Bucs football. It's always a great time.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all have a good time.
I want to be in the damn booth so bad. I want to be in that booth so bad. I need to make it happen because somebody's going to listen one day. I'm going to have my damn playbook just sitting there, and I'm going to be like, well, I hope nobody accidentally sees this and gives this to Bruce. Man, see, look, what's up?
You're not coaching no more?
Not this time. I'm focusing on me right now, just to get myself, built. I want to build my resume, but of course I'm still always out there looking.
You going for power or sculpting?
A little bit of both. I still have my little NFL moments. Hey, if I can get out there to be a conditioner, because for one thing I know that I have to offer is for running backs and blocking. Because blocking as a running back, even as a chipper, is so important, because you don't realize that 1 second can take the game over and also psychologically take out the opponent. I tell everybody all the time, when Fournette, what he did to Micah Parsons, go back and look at the game, Slick.
Oh, I don't know. I've seen it.
But he didn't do shit after that game. After that play, his mind was gone, because when you
got taken out.
Well, most likely those guys are so used to dominating, but when you put them on their ass, now they're second guessing, or instead of playing to win the game and help your team, now you're playing for pride and, I just want to show up. Because look at Micah. Micah was so embarrassed. He had to go on Twitter and try to clear it up. And Fournette was like, stop crying. So
you know what I would have done if I was in his shoes? I'm like, damn, motherfucker, you got me. I'm going to get you next time. That's
what you're supposed to do. A lot of real good defensive guys, you think LT would have given a damn if someone got him? He would be like, okay, nice job. Next play, your ass is mine. That's how you're supposed to do it. But yes, no, but just to go back to that, yes, if I get an opportunity to coach, I will do it again. I do miss it, because I miss the fact that you can always tell. You already know this. You know who's hungry and who is like, okay, he's 50-50, or you got another person out there. I like the guys who live and eat and breathe it, because they work on it. And that's one thing that my kids always loved about me, is that I bring the best out of them. They said, Coach AJ, you believe in me. I've never felt this kind of confidence before. And I think that's what's kind of lacking on the offense. Byron, I don't see the belief in and he don't believe. You have Mike Evans. You have an elite receiver. You have Chris Godwin. You have these weapons. Cade Otton. We are all, look, the simple fact that we're salivating over him. Byron, we see the potential. You just got to get out of your own way. The running is dead. If Jensen and Barpett were here, then that's different. Then we'd be talking a whole nother thing, because it'd be working.
I tell you what, if Jensen was here and they didn't lose, I can't remember the guy's name. He was originally down. Sorry,
Tristan Wirfs.
No. I'm talking about at the beginning. We lost a guard, didn't we?
Stinney.
Aaron Stinney. Yes. If those guys were in and we were struggling, and we were still struggling, he's lucky that they've lost a bit of talent on the offensive line, because it's kind of like, oh, well, yeah, you were beat up that year. Look, there's no excuses. We've seen teams with abysmal offensive line go to a freaking Super Bowl and only be a play or two away.
Absolutely.
Not enough.
it's not enough because they're going to look at the fact, well, you still have a receiving core. Look at Carson Palmer when he was with the Bengals. Their line was terrible, but he always was killing. It's just you utilize what you have. Again, we need to see something because tonight, again, this is a team that you want to embarrass. If I'm Byron,
I do.
You want to pull every play out.
Right.
You want to go all out and go, you know what? To hell with this team. This team, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Slick. I can't stand the Saints. I hate them with a passion. They are dirty, they are arrogant, and they're dirty. I gotta say it twice because after that damn bounty gate, I lost so much respect for them because we were calling that back years ago, like, hey, it looked like they're targeting people. And when they got caught, I'm like, see, that's a damn dirty Saints. So I like when we beat them. I love when blowing them out. That's something that we haven't done to this team in a long time. Beat the brakes off their asses. If anything, you beat the brakes off this team, you would feel better coming in going, yeah, we got this. Because again, we take it 1 quarter at a time. Let's say, God, if we get our shit together, can you imagine? Let's say if the Bucs find a way to get up 21-0 and it's about to be halftime. Can you imagine us going into the halftime height? And the Saints, they have no answer. Andy is not the guy to be like, we can rally from this. Hell no.
No.
And then they go dimensional. And again,
then the Buccaneers put their foot on the gas and just absolutely accelerate in, bang in for a couple more touchdowns just to finish off the game and go, thank you. That's all she fucking wrote.
Exactly. You want to beat a team like that's dangerous. But I see we got another guest in here, so let's bring them into the fold.
Oh, I didn't see Rick. Please welcome Rick Hughes.
How are you doing?
What's up, Rick?
Man, I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go. It's game day. All the other crap, put it all behind. All the getting down, this problem, that problem. All right, it's time to be Bucs fans. Let's go. Let's you got the colors strapped on, and let's do it.
All right. Well, let me ask you this, Rick. Who you looking at on offense and defense tonight that you want to shine, that you want the cannons to be fired when it comes to them?
Well, I think we need Rachaad White to be to show up because, well, we have Byron Leftwich, and that's who he calls on. So, I mean, I think he's got to have a good game. There's not two ways around that. I mean, I want to say Mike Evans, and everybody who says, well, Marshawn Lattimore is not in there, so now Mike Evans is going to have a breakout game. Breaking news, we've had 10 other games that weren't against Marshawn Lattimore. I mean, and Mike Evans didn't explode. So don't think it's just because of that all of a sudden Mike Evans is going to have this great game. I think he's hurt. I think he's hurt a little more than we know. I think that's why he's not reaching for balls. That's why he's not exposing his ribs. That's why he's not opening up. That's what we got to deal with. I don't know about Gage. I hope Russell Gage is ready. He's playing. He's active. Okay. Rashad Perryman is inactive. He wasn't really doing anything anyway. I guess The only thing we really, 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 really need to see happen, everybody's looking and saying it's the offensive line, it's the offensive line. We also need, I think even more than that, we need a quarterback who's going to go ahead and play like he believes in the offensive line. And I think once that happens, some things will change on this team.
Rick, that's actually really good. Now, I have moments like you. Like, I think he needs to not want to get the ball out so quick not to get hit because he missed opportunities after opportunities a lot. Because there are some plays where I'm like, damn it, Brady, if you would have literally just had us half a second, you're going to get that ball out. Again, but again, we need to make calls to help him. As a coach, if I'm a coach and I see that, that's where I'm going to go, Brady. Is there certain plays that you want us to run? So we want you to get the ball out quick so you don't get touched and the defense doesn't have time to react. This is where under crossing routes come. Rick, in your opinion, if the Bucs used crossing routes 40 to 50% of their passing, how much effect do you think it would have with the receiving core?
Well, we keep getting hurt, so I don't know. I mean, do you want to expose your guys to that? I mean, it seems like we've got injury issues at the position, so that's scary. This is the problem with all of this. I don't know the answer. I'm tired of hearing you use the running game to set up the passing game. You also, and this is not the cliche, but you use the passing game to set up the running game. If you won't throw the ball more than 5 to 10 yards down the field, all the DBs, everybody's up in the box. They don't have to cover more than 5 to 10 yards. There's no room to run.
Rick,
So
was something that the coaches have said that you need to set up you need to run the football to set up the passing game. Is that something the coaches have actually said?
well, no, not. I'm saying
Okay,
that's
I
a,
just
that's a
wondered.
cliche that we've all heard.
Right, yeah, and the only reason I'm asking is because I don't remember us establishing the run to pass the ball last year.
Well,
We didn't guard
right,
down about
correct.
the run. We just threw the ball and we ran any now and again just to keep it honest.
Right. That I agree with you. And right now, it's a combination of a lot of things. It's not, oh, if we could just fix this one thing. The line's got to block better. We got to have a quarterback who plays with a set, with some cojones, who's not, snap, get rid of the ball, hurry, I'm scared. And we need to heal up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes to the line, I will say this. They're doing the best that they can. Again, you have to put your guys in the best position. If you know that your line is not going to be able to hold something for so long, design plays with the receiver core. I understand that you're talking about injuries, but there are certain things where you know why that we get injuries, because when you're throwing these short 5 to 10 yard passes, you're exposing your receivers to get blown up all the time.
That's what I'm saying about running them over the middle.
Well, not necessarily. You got to know who to do it with and what teams to do it against. Right now, Scotty Miller, there's no linebacker on the Saints roster that will be able to keep up, or a corner. Again, you can use him as a decoy. With Lattimore not being in, that is a big advantage, because now you miss that physical presence. So if they double Evans, you have Julio, Godwin, or Russell. So this is where I say you can use that to your advantage, or run the spread. You have Cade Otton out there. I guarantee you the Saints are like, who? You got these secret weapons utilized. Like you said, use the passing to set up the running game. You are correct.
Yep.
On that. If they do that, Rashad White and Fournette will feast.
What happened?
They're not loading the box. That's what kills the Bucs against the Saints every season for the past few seasons. We always do predictable plays, and they go, okay, well, we don't have to guess.
What's up with Scotty Miller developing this habit of jumping before he catches the ball?
The problem is
I'm messing.
Scotty's not a possession guy. Most good possession receivers know how to catch with their hands. If you look at him, he mostly jumps so he can catch the ball with his chest and body. This is why I say this. A guy like Scotty, people with speed that that are not going to take big hits, give it to them in stride. That's why I say a crossing route would be effective. Can you imagine a line? And then it will wind out. It will tire out the Saints linebackers, because let's be real, linebackers hate having to run side to side, because then eventually they're going to break. Or if Scotty runs a straight go route, the safety is going to have to honor that, because the corner is not going to keep up with Scotty. And then that's where, if the corner backs out and the safety goes, you run a slant, the middle of the field will be open. Slick is right. We got to use the width of the field and stop being so. If you look at their passing plays, it's always a straight 5-yard pass, or we take one bomb. You have to change it up.
Can we also, please, for the love of God, on a 3rd and 8, stop throwing 5-yard passes at the feet of the receivers?
That's what I'm saying. They
don't have the ability to get the extra 3 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Or better yet, stop those bullshit screens that you're getting your receivers killed.
Yeah.
They read that shit so well. And it's like, either I'm going to blow this receiver up or I'm going to pick it off. One of these days, if they're going to fuck around, they're going to house it. So again, like we just said, get creative. If I'm Flick says it brilliantly. If I'm a defense and I don't have to move or shuffle my feet, I got you. Because now I have, and then better yet, I have no respect for you. Right. It's a mental thing. If these guys have no respect, they'll be like, I go up in here, I'm going to blow his ass up. I don't care if it's Chris Godwin. I don't care if it's Evans. They ain't going to do shit. You want your defenders to go, damn it, I don't know what to do. I like when I see defenders pointing and yelling at their players. I'm like, yes, that's when you strike. So again, Byron, you're gonna have to be creative and deceptive and utilize your talent. So again, the line is really not the problem, the scheme. The line is doing the best they can. To be honest, how many times has Brady been sacked? 15 times. If you look at the numbers, that's pretty damn good.
Right. I believe
So
there, and even I think it's something like sixth in the league or something is what I heard is
yeah.
something like that. But yeah, I mean, when you get rid of the ball, I mean, like Brady is, it's really hard to hit him. I mean, I get it. You're 45. Your body's not going to recover. You are scared of getting hit because you can't take a hit, but you signed up for the position, and it is what it is, man. If you won't stand up and hold the ball long enough to where you can get the ball, the route can develop and you can get the ball to the receiver, stop playing quarterback.
Go to a system that allows you to just ping pong it, because this does not seem to work. Well, the thing I find, and I've said this in the last few shows I've done, probably with you as well, Rick. When we don't use the width of the field, when you're in red zone defense, when you're in red zone offense, it's much more difficult to complete passes in the in-goal area to get touchdowns because the space is dried up. It's all gone.
No, this is why I say even if you're throwing incompletions, if it's Brady just heaving the ball deep in the direction of Scotty Miller, even if it's not going to be complete, you're using the field, which helps on other plays. And the thing is, it's like they don't want to waste it down when we can maybe get 2 yards. Well, great, that's all we're going to get, and yeah, an incompletion sometimes is setting up something in the future. If you can spread the field, even if the passes are incomplete, that can be okay. Stop being afraid to throw incompletions. And I don't know if Brady's on some hell-bent tear to not throw interceptions this year to set his record or whatever for not throwing interceptions. But dude, you got to complete the passes too. And Slick, I am a pro Brady guy.
Yes,
I'm tired of the circus this year, and we're all afraid to say it because it's Brady, because he is the best that's ever played, because we're all thrilled that he came to Tampa. We all are happy that he's here. Glad he came here. Thank you for the Super Bowl. Glad you're our quarterback. I know we'd be worse if we had the last guy still here. I get all of that. Having said that, you taught us to expect winning. Thank you, Tom. Now we expect winning.
Right,
now
but
standards too high.
yeah, and I'll say this: it's not just about Tom. You know why we won that Super Bowl? Our coach had balls back then. Again, I don't think it's Brady afraid of throwing interceptions. It's the scheme. If you look at it last year, Brady was ripping that shit. He was throwing bombs out the ass, led the league. He had interceptions, but the philosophy was, don't worry about it. We're better. We will recuperate. This year, it's more, let's not mess up, because if we do, I'm not sure if we'll catch up. So again, I'm not absolving Brady of everything, because no, he has his moments where I can clearly see. I'm like, damn it, Tom, what kind of shit is that? I'm like, damn it, Tom, like, what you doing? Damn it, Tom. But now, what I'm hoping for, because now let's be real, like we say, he's getting older. I feel like if we got, I know I'm trying to speak this positivity in existence. If we get in the playoffs, I think we're gonna see more of Tom. And putting on the line. So we have to keep in mind, we are dealing with a 45-year-old. We don't want him running unnecessarily, because if Tom gets blasted and he's out, we can kiss the playoffs goodbye.
Oh yeah, I look at what happened to San Francisco.
Exactly.
But listen, it's very simple to say this: instead of playing scared, go get a 21-point lead and put the kid in there and let him get some work.
We got the fucking offense to do it.
Right. Get the blood out and let the kid in. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it. Yeah. Then you're not putting Tom Brady in harm's way.
Right.
Yeah, right. If you want to do that, if you really want to keep Tom out of harm's way, run that damn score up like we did against Detroit a few years ago. Take his ass out and then problem solve. And then more than that, if you want to protect the rest of your players, take them out. Okay?
Absolutely.
Second, third, fourth string, you're in. Kyle Trask, let's see what you got.
Exactly.
That's how you win games. But this is why I like offensive-minded coaches. A Sean Payton would have that. He'd be like, wait,
Oh my God.
We up 35.
I hate that man. Let me say this. I hate that man. I love him
Me
as a
too.
coach. He's a great coach. But I hate that man. Now, if he like the thought of him coming to Tampa and let's say Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback, I will just close my eyes, put a clothespin on my nose, pretend it doesn't smell like shit, stink like shit, smell all. I mean, I will just say go Bucks and pretend I don't see who's out there.
That would be like a movie script. That's like your sworn enemy that you guys have to fucking be partners because there's a bigger threat involved. That literally would be like, Sean, I can't stand your ass, but we need you. I'm with you. If Sean Payton were to come here, I'd be like, all right, go Bucks. Because I would be bigger than him. Now, I ain't gonna lie.
You'll change the fucking team.
Right.
Exactly.
He gets us a Super Bowl. I'm gonna be like, I need him to be in the Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I used to hate Tom Brady too. So what does that tell you?
That's what I was just about to allude to that. How many people that don't have Tom Brady wasn't a big fan.
Actually, I didn't hate it. I respected the heck out of him.
Boy, perfect family and his this and that and just
right. It made me want to puke.
The playoffs. Oh, it's just
you and your $1 billion.
Right, and then in the Patriot way, I'd be like, "Oh, give me a break! This bullshit, blah." And then when he came to Tampa, I'm like,
the Messiah.
He's a wonderful human being. I want to get drunk with Brady. Oh shit! When he got drunk on that boat, we all felt him. We was like, "Oh shit, Brady!
Yeah,
he's a swell guy." Look, So if Sean Payton does the same shit, I'd be like, you know what? He's absolved of his sins, and he all right with me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and let me say this, and then I'll get going. I'm excited about the game tonight. I'm ready to go. Now, I expect the game to end up something like 17-14. It's going to be a...
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong either, to be honest.
Yeah, or 16-14, maybe even. That's actually what I'm picking. Here's what I'm picking. 16-14. Saints score 2 touchdowns, but the Buccaneers score 1 touchdown and 3 field goals. So that's how
Baltimore Ravens score type shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for tonight. And I would love to be wrong. I'm scared to death about this game. I would love to be wrong, and it's a high scoring, fun game that we win, blow them out, all of that, and it could happen. It could happen.
Football.
I will get blasted if we fucking blow this team out. Don't get me wrong. Cartwheels and shit.
Listen, guys, you guys have a great one. Enjoying the show. Take care.
Rick.
All right, Rick.
If you want to pop on, brother, you let me know. We'll get you on, and as always, we'll see you soon, brother.
You got it. Thanks. Bye.
Anytime, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
man.
I think we'll wrap this bad boy up. We've got about
I'm
25 minutes, and I think the game is on. So I'm going to quickly make myself some chicken wraps, some fries, or chips, as we say over here, get my beers going. Got my 4th quarter rum ready to rock and roll. Brother, as always, my bro host, to my right. Look after yourself, brother. I will see you soon, and we'll be doing the aftermath. And I know AJ will be doing the post-game show. I won't be available because my ass will be unconscious. Not because of alcohol. I would like to point that out. It will be because I need to get sleep. But AJ will be holding down the fort. And if it's a bad game, tune in because he's going to go off.
Yes, and get your beer ready.
It's an offensive, explosive game. He's going to go off.
Exactly.
So either way, he's going to go off, and it'll be worth watching. That's it from us. AJ, tell us where we can find you, and we'll get the hell out of here, and we'll get our game on.
IG for you people who don't understand what that is. Instagram flex_Luthor813. You can find me AJ Turnup on YouTube, and then on Twitter @Turner_24. So I'm about to be ready.
Okay, right. Brother.
All right, go Bucs, y'all.
Go Bucs, baby.
Yeah.